that they should be treated in accordance with the International Declaration of Human Rights, that regardless of the color, religion, or creed, they should be treated as if they are also
So freedom of expression, freedom of thought, because it's a real personal critique. What about protocol? Para ka nag-imbita ng tao sa bahay mo. Pagpasok sa loob ng bahay mo na. Pinasok mo, pinupo mo, pinakain mo. At sinabi siya, ang pangit ng pagkain mo. Tsaka alam mo, boss, ang pangit mo. Sa loob ng bahay mo, I think it's just, parang kulang ata sa pag-aaral ng bata, ano?
I did that one time. I was invited.
Jesus.
Yes, I was invited.
And you said the food was bad?
Yes, this was in Masbate.
Anong ginawa ng host mo?
Hindi, meron parang sila, parang patay, merong burol, ganon. Nagkainan. Pinakain ako, kumain ako. Pagkatapos, sabi ko, ang sama ng pagkain nyo, nakakabusog, may karugtong. Hindi lang nailabas doon yung karugtong ng sinabi ni MISLANG.
So in other words, let's just get it on. Let's go back to Congress. What can we expect now? Ano mangyayari now that you're back? This is the second session of the 15th Congress. What are we going to expect? I know you're going to be busy with your committees because you have all these issues. Matatapos ba yung budget natin? Yung biyembre na. Is the budget going to pass? I mean, are we going through with it? Are we allowing the 21 billion that will go only to Central Luzon? Supposedly, the hot issues called GMA?
Well, actually, we have to accept the fact that insofar as Congress is concerned, the House of Representatives, alam naman yan ni Frank, that the budget will always be approved as a rule. Because the President exerts a considerable influence insofar as the House members are concerned. Definitely, matatapos natin ang ating budget within this year. I don't see any reason why we will be having a reenacted budget during next year. Sigurado matatapos to.
Boto ka ba na ang ginawa nila, they're trying to hold down the budgets or what they call the pork barrels of the congressmen, but based on DPWH, that they're going to be more, how do you say it, balance it off. Kasi malaking budget ng DPWH, they want to balance it off. So every district will get so many billions naman at least in basic road repair, bridge, whatever, hard projects. Parang ini-equitable distribution.
Well, actually, ang naging problema ng mga congressman ay noon tingnan nila ang proposed projects ng DPWH sa kanilang distrito, marami ang kukunti lamang, katulad ng San Juan, katulad ng Marikina.
Narinig ko nga yun,
merong 5 milyon, 10 milyon. And of course, they are complaining. Bakit naman gantong kaliit doon sa aming lugar?
Tama nga
Kaya
naman.
para magkaroon ng nag-set up sila ng 50 million as the minimum. But it is not a pork barrel. The projects have to be identified by the DPWH and the projects have to be prosecuted or implemented by the DPWH. Unlike our PDAP na medyo iba ang menu at saka ang implementation. Practically, congressman ang nag-establish kung saan namin gagamitin yung soft at kung saan namin project yung gagamitin yung hard.
So okay na kayo lahat? You've gone through the hurdle. Andar na yun. Hindi na issue yan.
No longer an issue.
No longer. So what's holding up the budget at this point?
Well, actually, of course, kahit naman paano, meron tayong opposition sa House. And we have also to consider that. Kasi alam naman ni Frank, ang isang reason sa House, kaya medyo vulnerable ang majority tuwing magkakaroon ng budget deliberation, normally, in most cases, walang quorum. And therefore,
is that done deliberately? Inawawala ng quorum? Because that's how you can stagnate,
That's
hold back.
part of political strategy.
Yun na nga. Hindi naman nag-a-absent mga yan. Mga iba dyan, they do it purposely para maipit, di ba? To delay.
Also part of the strategy.
Part
That's
of the strategy yan. Hindi naman ganun mga congressmen.
Kung minsan nga, mismong miyembro ng majority ang nagko-question ng quorum. Because meron silang mga parochial concerns which some of the secretaries failed to consider.
Yes.
Oo, parang gano'n na. So it's one power versus the other. But definitely, by the end of November or abutin pa tayo Disyembre?
Basta bago kami mag-Christmas break.
Pagdating yan, kung bago kayo mag-Christmas break, pupunta pa yan sa Senado o isasabay na ng Senado.
We will finish the bill on third reading possibly within this week. dediretso sa Senado. Pagkatapos magkakaroon sila ng BICAM, yung BICAM medyo matagal din yun.
Oh, yun na
Because you have to set...
Aabot ba yan ng January 2?
Hindi siguro.
Hindi naman.
Hindi siguro.
Pero yung budget hindi magre-revert pagdating ng January 2. O pwede na realign ni Presidente. Because pag hindi pa pasado yung budget by January 2, di ba? Theoretically, tapos na. Tapos na ang labanan eh. Pwede niya na i-realign on his own.
No.
Not necessarily.
Ang mangyayari, kung wala tayong budget by December 31, walang approved GAA, then we will reenact the old budget, the budget of 2010.
Yes.
However, if the new budget for 2011 would be approved by January or February, from the date of its effectivity,
Goes back.
susundin na natin yung 2011.
So, if you have 1 month or 30 days in the time of January and the budget has not yet been approved, is still being deliberated by this time the Senate and or the BICAM, yung first 30 days, pwede mag-realign yun.
No, it's not a case of realignment. Actually, sa reenacted budget, the way I understand it, wala tayong MOEE. Practically, no projects. Yung mga basic
Hold
lang
lahat
salaries.
muna.
Hold lahat
Hold muna. Bureaucracy lang. as
except
we
the
go.
salaries, etc., etc.
Let's go about the politics in the House now. Where are we? This is very interesting. Now we have a Congress that, okay, you've got Sonny Belmonte, who's definitely the Speaker of the House that favors the President, at least legislation. We don't have what you call a lame duck president, which is what the counterpart in America has, di ba? Now that the Republicans have won back their seats. They can actually hold back and the President can veto Congress. Wala mangyayari yan sa Amerika, hindi gagalaw. How do we consider Pinoy now in the House? Is he popular? Is everything going to move in all his legislation? He's making a lot of changes. Is he popular in the House?
Well, of course, majority of the congressmen or congresspersons are supporting Sonny Belmonte. And of course, Sonny Belmonte is making or pushing the necessary legislation necessary for the country, also in accordance with the pronouncement made by the President.
So yes, we are in good order, we're in good form. We can look forward to a next good year. Is that correct?
Definitely.
That's nice. At least hindi magkakagulo unless we have another Luneta siege that we're gonna have. Kung hindi magkakadapaan. How do you assess the President from day 1 till now? We're talking 4 months and maybe a couple of days.
Well,
Masaya ka ba?
the public perception is that there is so much expectation on the part of our people, most especially on national issues. And they also want to have some results. Sapagkat nakita naman natin ang boto ni President Aquino talagang masyadong malaki. As a matter of fact,
Popular.
he could be the president even without the support of any political party or any politician in the country.
He is definitely
People
popular.
voluntarily voted
Yes.
for him.
I agree with you.
Eh siyempre ngayon, katulad lang sa Amerika, nung panahon ni Obama, masama ang ekonomiya, they were thinking that Obama would be the answer to all these problems. And that is also the thinking ng ating mga kababayan.
There is a group, a professional group that does study and political crisis or crisis management from country to country, and they just came out in the newspapers 1 week ago. Pacific Strategic something. That they came up with a study saying that, well, Pinoy, watch out. President Aquino, be careful. You are going by the way of President Obama. Your popularity is waning. It's going down very quick simply because of the many issues that have been occurring. Kayo, Doctor, what do you think of that?
I would say that is a strategy to be noticed.
You mean we're still in the election? Kala ko tapos na, di ba binoto na natin? Sinabi mo na nga, popular yan eh. Ba't pa siya mag-i-strategy?
For your study center, for a new group to be noticed, you have to jab or straight or do some pinches against the power. Otherwise, you'll just be ignored.
So we're back to a Machiavellian theory.
You know, pansin niya sa APCS na yan? Papapansin lang yan.
So no big deal yan. Not to worry. Not to worry. Because it seems kung ano nangyayari, hope and change, change and hope. Di ba yung sinabi ni Obama? Ganon din naman dito, hope and change, change and hope. Ganon din yun eh. Parang sunod-sunod din ang nangyayari
Pero kung
sa Amerika.
titingnan natin ang politika dito sa Metro Manila, Metro Manila has always been an opposition
To any president.
to any president. Because yung problems dito sa Metro Manila, being highly urbanized, cannot be solved by any president. And therefore, in all presidential elections, nakikita naman natin, basta Metro Manila,
Talo.
laging oposisyon ang nananalo.
That's always been